Hello, this is Centennial Hall, room 3102, and I'm going to give you a rundown on how the classroom technology works. Up here at the teacher station is our touch panel. Right now, our touch panel is on. It's always powered on, but sometimes it'll be in a black screen. If that's the case, simply touch it. It will come to life. There's a button here that says press here to begin. When I press it, it asks me if I want to use the projector. I'm going to go ahead and click yes. That's going to bring the screen down and it's going to power on the projector. And that process takes about a minute. So while that's happening, we'll talk about a couple other things here. Our light control, it's going to be on the right-hand side of our touch panel here. These are our 5 presets. Lights all on, which is selected, as you can see by the blue light there. Lecture with whiteboard and lecture without whiteboard. Then there's the theater mode, which will bring the lights down, and lights all off. The other ways to control the lights are with the switches that are located right at the door, or with our little controller here. You can select each of the 5 presets there if you wanted to as well. We also have a wireless microphone. The wireless microphone can be powered on using the little switch on the top there. Once it's powered on, then you have your wireless microphone, and you can control the audio of the wireless microphone using the little audio control button located right here on the touch panel. Audio control is in the bottom portion there. If I press that, it's going to give me the option for the wireless microphone here. I can turn it up and down based on where I have the microphone placed and how loud my voice is. When I'm all done using the wireless microphone, it's important to switch that button off again, because the battery will completely drain even if you're not using the microphone if it's selected on. Okay, so it looks like our system is all powered up here now. So we'll go ahead, and this is our main source select page. And right now, I press PC and PC is selected. So then anything I do on the PC here is going to be showing up on the screen. In order to log into the PC, I've already done it here, but you'll need your UWL 8.4 for the username, just like the beginning of your UWL email address. And then you'll use your UWL net ID as the password to log you onto the system. The second buttons on our source select area here are our laptop buttons. There's our regular laptop, which would be our VGA connection, and our HDMI laptop, which will be our HDMI connection. All the connections we need for our laptop are right here in this cable cubby. There's even a power supply in there. So if you didn't want to rely on battery, you could go ahead and plug right in. My laptop uses a VGA connection, so I'll go ahead and pull that cable out. I'll plug it into my laptop, and then I'm going to plug the audio cable into the headphone jack on my laptop. Once I've got everything ready, I go ahead and hit the corresponding laptop button on the touch panel. And then my laptop should show up on the screen. If it doesn't show up on the screen, it's probably because I haven't put my laptop in the correct mode for an external projector. The way you do that on a Windows computer is to hold down the function key and tap the F8 key. On my computer, it brings up a nice little menu there so I can choose which mode I want. On some computers, it's just going to do that automatically, so you might have to tap that F8 key a couple times. I choose the duplicate mode, and then whatever I show on my laptop is going to show up on the screen. The next button is our Blu-ray button, and that's for our DVD player. You can play your Blu-ray DVDs or any regular DVDs in our player. It's located right underneath the document camera on the right-hand side of the desk there. You can use the front panel controls, or all the controls you need are right here on the touch panel, your play, your stop, your menu buttons. There's also a full screen video button there. If I press that, it brings me into this page with a larger video screen so that I can see what I'm navigating. When I'm all done, I press the back button to get me back to the regular source select page. The volume knob here on the bottom is what you're going to use to control the volume of your Blu-ray. And it's also going to control whatever you have selected as your source. So right now, since I have Blu-ray selected as my source, that volume knob is going to control the volume of the Blu-ray. If I had PC selected, that volume knob would control the volume of the PC. The next thing on our source select page is the document camera. It's right here on the right-hand side. The power button's in the rear of the unit. I go ahead and press that, and when that button stops blinking and becomes a solid green, I'll know the document camera's ready to go. Our advanced features are up here. We have the zoom wheel to zoom in and out. Manual and autofocus. You'll want to keep that on autofocus unless you're doing something very active underneath your document camera. Make sure document camera is selected as your source. And then anything you do on the document camera is going to show up on the screen for us. The last source that we'll talk about is the auxiliary source that's on there. If I press that button, it's going to give me two choices, S-video or composite video, and that's simply determined by whatever device you're using. So if you're using something with S-video, you would go ahead and plug your S-video cable into the cable cubby here, or composite video or composite audio, we would go ahead and plug those right into the cable cubby. And then you would use the controls on your device to control whatever it is you're doing. On the left-hand side of our touch panel, these buttons control some other things that we might find useful. The video mute button is simply going to mute the video of our projector. The screen up and screen down button is going to bring the screen up and down. So if you wanted to use the whiteboard without powering the whole system down, you could go ahead and hit the video mute button and then put the screen up and then simply put the screen down and unmute the video when you're done, and you'd be able to use the whiteboard. The last button here is the help button. And if I press that help button, it's going to give me the names and phone numbers of the Academic Technology Services staff. So if you ever had problems during a class or ever had any questions, you'd go ahead and hit that button and call those numbers, and we're happy to help with whatever you have. When we're all done with whatever it is we're doing, there's a button in the bottom right-hand corner here that says System Off. It's very important to go ahead and hit that System Off button and click Yes or click Power Down so that it powers down the projector, puts the screen up, and saves the life of that projector bulb for us. If you ever have any questions or concerns, please don't forget about those phone numbers and give us a call. Thank you.